Hello, guys. Sorry I couldn't live stream last week for my birthday. I had to do it on my main account. So we did have fun over there. I'm sorry that it ended up having me skip my weekly overview of stocks with you guys. Also, this is going to be different, as in, we're going to be talking about an amazing opportunity if you guys are interested in doing stocks perhaps a little differently than most. So if you're interested, stay tuned. All right, so first off, the CNN Fear and Greed Index, we are on an extreme greed right now. So since we're on extreme greed, you know what that means? That means that now is the time to start taking profits and don't get greedy with the rest of the crowd, right? I know we did drop to greed and now we're back to extreme greed. I'm not quite sure why everyone is super hype and just buying stocks. I don't get it, but I'm sure it has to do something with the Fed pivot, because that's the only thing I can think of for this economy to be super excited. And to the MMRI, we are slowly starting to climb at 265, which is a high risk of a market correction. So for the 1 week performance of the S&P 500, a lot of this is green. We do have some major losses in Tesla and some others here and there, but for the most part, everything's up. So that's really good. Energy especially is definitely booming, with ExxonMobil at making 6.24% and Chevron almost 5% for the week. All right, so we are going to be talking about UNG today. So UNG did do a 4-to-1 split. So that means that if you had 400 stocks, now you have 100 stocks, and the price went up 4 times. So now, as of right now, the UNG sitting about $20.14. I do have a lot of UNG stock, and I am regretting having a lot of UNG stock. I've been patiently sitting on this for 2 years almost, and we made it over the 200-day up here. Let me turn that off. We did make it over the 200-day right here, and I thought maybe this was going to be the reversal, but then, I mean, that was a bullish candle as well. So we had a bullish hammer, and still we just plunged. And UNG is called the Widowmaker for a reason. And honestly, if I would do it all over again, I probably wouldn't be in this trade. This is a horrible trade, if you ask me. So I know my original goal was to just sell at $8. So now I got to times it by 4. That's $32. I don't even like that. I'm probably just going to sell calls at the 200-day, like $26, and just call it a day, because I really want to get out of this. UNG just has a horrible history. Like, look how bad this history is. It's not great. I mean, yes, it can rally really high and go up to like $137, but I don't know. Maybe I should be a little more patient, because I just think when you hold on UNG, it just wears you out, because look at these big dips. If we go and look at it, if we go from this $150 back to this $150, it took 704 days to do that. So that's almost 2 years. So if we go ahead and look at these two peaks right here, it took almost 1,400 days, or 4 years to go and do that. And you took a lot of losses these 4 years. I am not sure that I want to sit and hold this for how long would I have to hold this for? For 1,000, let's say 1,600. Okay, I guess this is as far as it lets me go. Yeah, I don't know if I want to sit here and hold this for another, what is that, like 600 days to see if this is going to go pop up. I mean, if you guys have the 2 years to go and wait, yeah, you can make a lot of money on UNG, I am sure. But I don't know if I have the tolerance to sit here for 2 years while this just gets eaten alive and I am risking way too much money right now. So maybe if I was in a less leveraged position, I would be more comfortable. So, but in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna sell calls at 26 bucks, 32 bucks, whatever. We have a long time until UNG starts coming up, and I don't want to just pull all out and panic. Anyways, moving on. This here is the RSI, by the way, and MACD. This is all bearish, so that's not looking good. It looks like UNG is going to drop some more, but technicals don't matter with UNG. I don't know why I got the UNG stock, because it doesn't really follow technicals. It kind of does what it wants. So also a bad move on me. All right, so AME, Inigo Eagle Mines Limited. This is the special one that I'm talking about. This one I am super excited. I'm about to go all in on AEM, or Inigo Eagle. They have a very special program. Here, I'll share the chart real quick. Yes, it's below the 200-day. It's almost 50 bucks. Totally get it. Yep, it's not looking great. It's telling me to take profits at $46 on LuxAlgo. So that's not great. So totally understand that Inigo Eagle doesn't look good from a technical chartist perspective. And even if you look at the RSI is below 50, but not oversold. So, and the MACD is bearish as well. So why am I interested in Inigo Eagle Mines? I'm glad you guys asked. So this is Inigo Eagle Mines Limited, the dividend reinvestment and share purchase plan. You can go to ComputerShare and get this. So if you go ahead and get Inigo Eagle Mines in ComputerShares and actually own the shares, and you want to go and do a dividend, you get a discount percentage. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this better. You guys get a discount percentage of 5%, which means that when you do a dividend reinvestment, what ends up happening is that you get 5% off the shares that you're repurchasing. So your dividend for Inigo Eagle is 40 cents per share right now, which might not sound like a lot, but when you have 400 shares, that's 160 bucks a quarter plus an extra 5% discount, meaning that you're essentially making $168. Now, that still might not sound like a whole lot, and I totally get that, but that adds up, especially if you do it over years and years and years. Unfortunately, the max investment that you're allowed to do is $20,000. So you can only do $20,000 per year. So you're limited to that. And I think for most people, that's good for them. Like, they are not going to put 20K in one investment. And another thing as well is the plan fees, is that it is 50 cents per share when you buy through ComputerShares. If you go and do the drip program, you do have to fill all this out. This is your reinvestment enrollment participant declaration form. You have to fill all this out and you have to mail it to them. So you do have to do that. But let me tell you how powerful this dividend reinvestment is. So if you go and get Inigo Eagle Mines, you get 400 shares. 400 times 50 is $20,000. Even with that 50 cents per share that you have to buy, you're still getting more than 400 shares. You get your distribution quarterly. You get the drip. Your annual percentage dividend yield is 3.24% and rising, because it's expected to go up 19% next year. So if you expect this to go, the share price to just rise 3% a year, and you do 20 years of investing. Now, keep in mind, you do have to pay taxes on your dividends, but however, $40,000 of it is 0%. And then after that, it's 15%. And then you have to make an obscene amount of money before you have to start paying like 20%. So I'm just going to leave it at 15% for the dividend rate. Anyways, look at these numbers. After 20 years, you have almost $1 million off of your $20,000 investment. A little less than $20,000 investment, actually. Like, this is the power of the Inigo Eagle dividend, and I don't think this even takes in effect the 5% discount that you're getting. So that's why I kind of don't care what this stock is doing as of right now. And even if you want to argue that this calculator isn't the best, this calculator is making a lot of assumptions, this calculator does not take in consideration the extra 5% discount that you're getting when you purchase the stock with your dividends. It's not taking that into effect because that makes your dividend yield a little bit higher. And your total dividend payments over 20 years is $700,000. Like, that's crazy because I put 0 annual contributions. So this is not, I'm not putting any contributions into this. This is $20,000 and leave it. So if you don't believe that this dividend calculator is accurate, I totally get it. But even if you made $500,000, that's really good return on investment off of $20,000. So that's why I'm really hyped for this. But yeah, anyways, let's continue. It is altcoin season. Yay. And another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is Cronos. All right, so Cronos, we are waiting for that to go up. I kind of redrew this to see if I could see any other patterns. And there was this giant pattern that formed, this giant flag pattern. And we still have a chance for this flagpole to go and break up here and have it reach from here is like 5 cents all the way up to 12 cents. So that's a 8-cent gain about. So we do have the possibility of making 18-20 cents on Cronos. And keep in mind, I do like the fact that Cronos, once again, gives you amazing benefits with their crypto card. So I like getting stocks. I like getting assets that pay me in more ways than one. That's kind of how I like to invest. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you learned something new, please give this a like. It really does help me because I'm such a small YouTuber. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Bye.